Carl was used to strange phenomena, but a chunk of ice like this, as if an iceberg came out of the ground, that was a first.
Oh shit. So yeah. I was gonna have to run away.
Cold seemed to be more brutal here than anywhere else.
Okay, so we need
and into every breath to get to the heart until it stopped. Carl needed to be dressed in warm clothes to survive. Wondered how long he would have to endure this skin-stinging cold. Truck had obviously seen its share of gravel roads. Carl wasn't a mechanic, but he could easily tell that only the most heartfelt prayer would bring this old beater back from its slumber. With that cold, however, it was more likely that it would wait until next spring to wake up. The place looked more like a pigsty than a house. A heavy stench of curdled milk, cheap alcohol, and boiled cauliflower filled the air. Back then, in Africa and elsewhere, people ready to take up arms to stand against the yoke of English imperialism. In Montreal, mailboxes were blown up, abductions were carried out, and violent manifestos were distributed to media outlets. But around here, in the great northernmost, all a man could do is curse out loud against a faraway evil and pray for the revolution to arise. That man, by any reckoning, was from that very stock.
Quebec liberation will happen by force or not at all. We will prevail.
Rock music invaded the minds of men even in the remotest of places. The man didn't own a turntable, though, so there's that going for him.
Hey, G. Yeah, I enjoyed the Sherlock Holmes game. It was just weird with combat. I could have been without.
Jean Blouin. Seems like that pig had a name after all.
But it was really good. Main story is really good in that game.
Carl now knew how to quench the drunkard's thirst.
White whiskey, too much isn't valid quantifier for that. Cherry one for added mellowness. Gin Fizz, Long Island iced tea.
The rag reeked of fermented vomit.
Ew.
Carl wondered how one could bear to live in such gross and horrid conditions.
Why wash dishes when clean ones are within reach? Gun rack.
You had to be out of your mind to cook up white whiskey at home. The all-surrounding stench of alcohol alone was probably enough to gas a man to death.
Oh, I need an empty bottle and something else. Brewer's overrated.
Carl knew right away that the owner of this place wasn't a copper collector. No, this was a junkman's base of operations. The guy definitely seemed like quite the expert in scavenging scrap metal, with or without permission, surely. In the right hands, red metal could sell like hotcakes.
I wonder if we... Yeah, in this one it's so weird. I don't know why they really have it in it. It's like just added it for some reason. Doesn't really add anything to the game in my opinion at all. That's not really what the Sherlock Holmes games are about. Okay, so we need something else.
The rag reeked of fermented vomit.
I don't think he seemed
Carl
to have
wondered how one
anything.
could bear to live in such gross and horrid conditions.
Yeah, you like the slapping.
With a homemade shooting range such as this, it wasn't hard to imagine a stray bullet ending its course inside the flesh of an unsuspecting passerby. Granted, Carl thought, there wasn't much in the way of passersby around here.
Bullseye. This is probably a game you would like if you, unless you already played this one, AJ. Like a mystery. No. Well, okay, we need to go and dump something. What is it we need for? We need some boost or something. This bear isn't what works.
An axe, not too shabby. Carl felt he needed to protect himself.
But we'll go to the next place.
If Carl had at any point wished to get his hands on some caribou, he couldn't have wished for better than a distillery like this one.
And that one goes to the cave, I think. Turn radius, not very good. Didn't see a mailbox for this guy. There was one more building, right? some extra logs. This is needed. Letter from Lamont. Here is a spark plug you ordered for your Olympic ski-doo. Model being very popular has made it difficult to find a brand new part as quickly as usual. Backup was chosen in the garage pot wind and fields in Chibaugamau. Sincerely, Eton Potwin.
Sometimes, and especially around here, people are so possessive with their land, as a dog is with hydrants. What good was a motorless car? The mechanic sure had an odd way to go about repairing things. This truck's not going anywhere. Where were the amputated parts? Carl grinned as he pictured a Frankenstein-esque car lying around somewhere made of parts from a dozen different vehicles. It was so cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore.
That sound, man. Hmm.
Something very important must have been in there for the man to take such time and effort to hide it. But Carl didn't know how to reach it. The week of October 5th, thought Carl. That was this week. The plug should have been here by now.
We already got the spark plug. Green milk for little green men? Homemade flying saucer. Life never ceases to amaze me. Something isn't right when your bed is in your garage.
The very first steps of man on the moon were made more than a year ago. The event had surely captivated the mechanic's mind for him to still keep this around.
Use steam trap not to be touched. Too many orange juice bottles. Okay, so we need whatever is up there. We need to get in and get some. It's warm. Police had follow up on a complaint.
Roswell, Atamipek, same story. Large deserts conducive to extravagant follies.
Dear Mr. Lamar, following up on your complaint, I'm afraid that the police cannot support your claim alleging the sudden appearance of a man who came from outer space on your village's territory. Manifestly, what happened at Roswell in New Mexico left a deep impression on you, and we would urge you to consult with a physician as soon as possible. Regarding future potential complaints, let it be known that the Judicial District of Diditby does not believe in little green men. Regards.
The man has a passion for intergalactic things. Back then, people were obviously scared of the Russian atomic bomb. But an invasion by extraterrestrials was a legit fear as well. Seems like the mechanic had made his choice.
One isn't enough, why not buy 8? Manufacturer's manual, page 1. Suspension. The suspension has way too many parts. Taking a puzzle apart is easy. Putting it back together is another story. I patched everything up but the tracks. I left them close by. Ski, don't drink and work. Don't drink and work. Don't drink and work. I'm misplacing parts of the machine. Jane came to help me work on the machine yesterday afternoon. For the most part, he helped me chug my balls down to the last drop. I think we tried to ski or something. Bad idea. I still haven't found that one ski we lost in the process. Buddy, that would make a nice beach chair pad. I just need to get all the parts to reassemble it. Electrical. This lamp is pretty well made, suitable for use even in the harshest of winters. I think I'll place it on my top secret prototype in the garage. The place has got to be pitch black and damn cold after all. Clearing. I will have to hurry up and fix this machine if I'm to travel around the powder snow all winter. Alright, I managed to untangle and replace the brakes cable, dead on time for October. Now how about a nice and light blanket of early snow to let the fun begin. Notes, December 1969. Stunts. They are blasts when you're 12 and go ahead and break your brother's old bicycle, I suppose. Well, I managed to damage my beautiful brand new snowmobile after only 2 days of acrobatics. Fixing it up will take a while. I'm thinking a year at the very least. Damn it. March 1970. I need to get my hands on that yellow suit, including the helmet that goes with it, just like in the ad. I'll order them from the Bay. September 1970. I think I'm done. All that's left is all the parts, get the spark plug I ordered back in August and still haven't received. On a small base ignition key. I think it's on my bunch of keys, which should be on the generator part of my top secret workshop down south, in which I'm working on my equally top secret machine. Anyways, gotta find the key. Now that I siphon off the snowmobile's gas to feed my truck, I'll have to refuel it if I'm to wander in the snowbanks at some point.
Weird stuff. Kind of a crossing between a colander and a hairdryer. What was it for? To play telepath? To protect against nuclear waves?
Going to repel vampires, or else. Blueprints for a win.
If some daring person could manage to get their hands on the missing parts, Carl was willing to bet that the craft would have taken flight.
Cheap wine doesn't taste better even if it changes in color and size. Can't Mart is a rock collector.
Deducted this was a map of the area. Were those pins pointing to places of interest? They say it's supposed to soothe the soul. But with this powerful gale that seemingly never sleeps, it was far more likely to get on anyone's nerves. up to his good finder reputation, he still hadn't found any of the wealth contained in Lamotte's lands.
Loan is unnecessary this time. I think.
By following the plan, Carl was led to believe that the snowmobile's parts had to be scattered about in the vicinity.
Missing the track.
Indisputable fact that machines like this entailed a level of intellectual finesse that Carl was lacking.
closed for that one. There are 2 hammers now. Okay, time to drive back. So, I'll put a star down there, and then we have the cave. I would think we need a warmer. Take the building over here first, and then we. Oh wait.
Was obviously a timber company. Plutche was most likely the type of boss to never be around, a faceless name, so to speak. It served as a reminder that the big boss, William Hamilton, had been killed. It was a typical shack, just like the ones you hear about in Quebecois legends. Local lumberjacks used it to rest and twice a day eat up their pea soup.
And they put a carpet here.
Who quits a game one step away from victory? The leftover food, the clothes, the general warmth of the place, no evidence of escape. Carl was sure of it. People were here not long ago, and they expected to come back.
Doesn't look like there was anything there.
Someone had been playing with a crossbow here. A very dangerous game. A bolt could hit someone's tire or their eye. It could even kill someone if the aim was right. Cabin B. Lots of space. No windows. Hopefully its users aren't prone to dementia. Without a single window to brighten things up, the inside of the cabin was almost pitch black. Beware of close encounters of knee and furniture.
Hardy, hard. Toothbrush is still wet. In case we can close.
Solitaire, a card game only hermits can truly enjoy. Carl felt depressed at the thought of playing this. Everything was set up for a well-deserved snack. It seemed like the place hadn't been empty for long, but without knowing exactly why, Carl had the feeling no one was coming back anytime soon.
Come on, turn, car.
doesn't look like a bunkhouse, especially with the missing stove and chimney. Carl was intrigued at the secrets possibly hidden here.
To find out somewhere where the key can be on.
Carl wondered how long he would have to endure this skin-stinging cold.
But it's right to that house or building. Couldn't run it over. Ooh. That's a sturdy mailbox, man. Oh, mail.
A wintry atmosphere surrounded the house. The soundlessness of the area suggested it was empty. When finding a boot, one wonders what became of the foot.
Let's see if there's a quick log to find out that. Oh, come on. What the freaking heck, man? This here stuff. Didn't examine anything here though. I'm gonna have time packing his luggage. He's attached to wire and he still don't know where to get the wire.
The key, which seemed to be meant for a padlock, bore an inscription reading Cloutier et Fils. A company name. Better keep an eye open. Businesses weren't exactly numerous around these parts.
This furniture has been moved several times. Notes from Martin Blaze. Sweet Marie, please excuse my handwriting. I am in a hurry. I have to leave for North Maniston with Mom and Mrs. Roy. As they say, it's far too dangerous around here these days. I don't know how much what's going on because Mom won't tell me anything in an attempt to reassure me. All I know is she has the exact same expression on her face as when I startled her. Dad and Mr. Roy aren't coming because they have gone to Mr. Lachance. They are real heroes. Grandmother lives in a very big house in North Maniston. We will be welcome there. Let's go now, quite literally, different one. All of us burn down.
Well, looks like someone woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Unsolvable accident. Over the last few days, a lack of resources forced the death investigation of Pierre Blay to come to a halt. The autopsy of the body conducted over the last few weeks didn't reveal any clue that could have helped the investigators. We refuse to comment on what would happen next. This new development is happening in the context of the hypothesis of an accident which is still, despite the skepticism expressed by the local population, the ongoing official cause of death provided by the authorities. The incident is said to have occurred in the forest surrounding Lake Atamapek. Pierre Blay was found lifeless 2 weeks ago near a footpath leading to the soon-to-be restored copper mine. Blaze, an engineer by training who was working on behalf of the consortium headed by William Hamilton, was reportedly in charge of development plans surrounding reopening of the mine. At first, police has disclosed that the body had been desecrated. The official version is that it was partly devoured by beasts, hence the original assumption that a crime had been committed. Bit of reading to pass the time.
The spirograph amused Carl. It was a nice modern toy, aside from being repetitive by nature and completely useless. Still, it found its way into many Quebecois homes. Money in a jar. What a shame. Carl would have loved cookies. Pay stub for some undoubtedly harsh lumberjack work. Alexandre Blais felled trees and chopped woods for Cloutier et Fils.
The key we found is probably for that cabin that we couldn't get into.
The sheets were in such a way that indicated a rude awakening, followed by a hurried escape. What had happened here? A window left open in that weather? Perhaps something had to be watched.
The monster. Impossible creation for a mechanical drawing toy. Only the tormented mind smoke in bed. Louise's diary. Said the worst for Alexandra. He hardly gets any sleep. I thought it was the work, but it seems to be far worse than that. From dusk to dawn, he stares into the void. He barely speaks to him. His son asked him to play the ball and he didn't say a word. That way he has to glance at the window. Last night I heard him mumble in his sleep. Tommy. I don't know why, but those words left a deep impression on me. He woke up shortly after, covered in sweat. He couldn't remember his dream, obviously. He didn't go back to sleep after that, chain smoke in the night away over the window. He told me to pack my things this morning. But why? Does he himself know? You're waiting, but for what? I think I feel red. Heck, man.
The picture had been taken inside the house. It was the same wallpaper. Judging by the smiles, nobody suspected the impending misfortunes. Little Martin Blais with his Uncle Pierre. There was a deep sense of bonding and pride coming out of the picture. Carl felt sorry for the man. No one deserved such a cruel fate. Carl's big fingers prevented him from reaching the key.
I was still having fun with wires. Annoying. Oops. So we can. We're back to that lodge down up there.
Welcome to Alibaba's Cave, Lumberjack Edition. Surely Carl would find something worth his time in here.
Colin Jean-Pierre, don't forget to return the key for the cabin if you have to use it. Thank you. Your supervisor, P.S. The next bus for Shibonamau will be October 12th. Next one is 2 weeks later. Be too cumbersome to carry around. We got the magnets, but is that enough? What if we have to have a wire too? That's a problem. Okay, wait. If you go back to where we came from, yeah, but he's not for that one. For the forest cabin. I wonder if that is the that's up there with the hiking trails. Maybe that's the forest cabin. if we just need this one. The magnet. It was in some houses down south there. No, if you need. Okay, so we need to drive back down there. I can't remember which one it was. See if it works with just using a magnet or not. I think it was one of them down there. Was there one up here? I checked around the house on this one. Did. Let's see.
It felt like old people were all these walls could see for years. The LaChances could hardly be blamed for wanting to freshen things up a bit.
Nope. Else. Do, 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 do. Kind of. Here, I've got a white magnet. Drive all the way back there. I wonder, is it here? There was a... I think it's the other building, the first one. I just wonder if one can run around the walls. Or we can use the meat. Sure. Steak. This one. I think. That was a little bit in the wrong spot. Oops.
Key. What could it be for? The garden shed? Carl couldn't reach it with his arm alone, but he had more than a few tricks up his sleeve to pick it up.
There's a warrant. Gas can. Hmm. There was one building we couldn't get into, I think, right? When you drive past the opposite to the cave, could we get into that building there? I think that one was locked, wasn't it? Or? Wonder if we should try and go to that mine there. If it's too cold to enter that one still. What do you think? Question. We should go in there. Doesn't seem to be anything more here. I wonder how you do get the flask over there. I just can't remember if we could get into that building over there or not. Going that track there up on the right side, that is going to be a risky business because we won't have the car at all. Well, let's go back down there and see if there is what we can do down there. The thing is, we need a boost. We can get that warmer questions what that is then. Guess we can try and walk down. Oops. Oh, we need dynamite. Okay.
That window had seemingly been left open for a while, Carl thought. Given the punishing weather, it couldn't have been intentional. Okay, so we need dynamite to progress there. I wonder to the left over there. Okay, we can't go into because it said we needed something warmer. That means we need somehow get some booze that we are supposed. Oh, we know it. Yeah, that's the place that has the distillery. That's was opposite of the cave there.
I'm a little bit annoyed that you can't open the journal side there. Down in the house. Yeah, somehow I need to be able to get upstairs on that place there. I wonder what we need to do then to wonder what we need. Well, let's see if we may have the stuff to make the stuff. Maybe we do have it. We've been around so many places. I want to have warmer clothes before we start walking around too far away. Too far. Oops. One of mine is...
had to be out of your mind to cook up white whiskey at home. The all-surrounding stench of alcohol alone was probably enough to gas a man to death.
I don't know what the heck else is it I'm supposed to have here. Missing something. Somewhere in the journal I can find this. It's like I'm missing something. Something I'm missing. I don't know where though. And it's weird that I can't. And it says the people, and then it says owner was there. The only other place I can. Only if I miss something. The only place I can. It must be.
If Carl had at any point wished to get his hands on some caribou, he couldn't have wished for better than a distillery like this one.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna go and check the store and see if I missed something. I must go around the store and look inside again. Not there. Go check the doctor's place. There's something we're missing somewhere. I just don't know where it is.
Jumping from that height was akin to tempting death. Perhaps that man on the snowmobile had seen enough of this world already. A nice picture of the Magasin Lachance store, seemingly taken the day it was first opened. It feels frozen in time, from an era long forgotten. Amateur hunters showing some pride at having killed a nice pelted beast. With men like this roaming the area, wolves would become extinct within 10 years, Carl thought.
Well, let's see what we did find. It was here in the store after all. Well, we went back here again. Okay, so now we're gonna go and make some booze for him, and then we're gonna get a warm jacket, and it means we can go into that cave. Then we can try, and then we have to load up so we have stuff so we can go to that cabin that's supposed to be by the lake. Okay, do we have the stuff now?
You had to be out of your mind to cook up white whiskey at home. The all-surrounding stench of alcohol alone was probably enough to gas a man to death.
Yes, I assume we have what we need.
Carl felt that it was mission accomplished with the wicked nectar in his hands.
Critique de mon caribou pour revenir de même. Ah, quand on cherche, on trouve. Parce que je t'aime bien, à cette heure, je vais te dire quelque chose. Tu fais bien de prendre ma pénice. Parce que par là-bas, tu vas rencontrer le vrai froid. Un froid qui glace comme t'en as jamais connu dans ta vie.
I think also the soon. Racing. Hein? Oh, ouais.
Gadon, ça ouvre l'appentis. Prends-la, je m'en fous. Perds ton temps dans mes déchets tant que tu rapportes du caribou. Mon beau bonnet du beau temps. Puis ma ceinture, où est-ce que je glissais mon flasque. Le monde tournait plus mon bonnet.
Thought it's long enough to take down the biggest tree up north. Hmm.